Hello, loves, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Olivia. I'm your favorite mindset coach, and I'm here to help you live your dream life, help you remove anything that has been keeping you from living the life that you know you are destined for, that life on your heart. You have that for a reason. You have those desires for a reason, and if you're watching this video, it's because you are also a spiritual girly. You're also have a desire to make a lot of money, create a lot of impact, and help the world. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you 5 different realizations that are going to help you make more money doing what you love. So let's dive straight into it. The first thing to note to make more money doing what you love is realizing that your body needs to feel safe receiving more. So often, even when you are in the goal setting phase, because as you know, I encourage you to dream big. I encourage you to have goals of making $50,000 per month, $100,000 per month, $1,000,000 per month, whatever crazy amounts of success and money looks like for you. I always encourage my clients to dream bigger because there are no limits to how much money you can make. We're going to get into that because there's infinite abundance. But especially as you have a very big goal, it's going to be very activating for our nervous system. Money is a very highly charged energy. So as you're thinking bigger, your body might start to be very activated. Your nervous system is going to be very activated. So making sure your body feels safe receiving, aka making sure your nervous system is regulated, is the key to feeling sustainable as you are going towards your goals or as you are starting to make more money and call in more money. A lot of times people self-sabotage when they get to that next level. If you start making more than you've ever made before, you have a really great month, your nervous system might freak out and try to self-sabotage and just bring you back to what feels safe, what feels familiar. So regulating your nervous system with things like meditating. Some of my favorite ways to regulate are things like meditating, EFT tapping, breath work. Telling your body that you're safe is really great. Spending time in nature is an underrated way to regulate your nervous system. So definitely doing that. Grounding, getting sunlight. Those are some of my favorite ways. Those are things that I have my clients do to make sure they are regulated and feeling good. When you regulate, you expand your capacity to receive. You make sure your body is a vessel to be able to hold that next level of abundance. So as you are regulating, it's going to get easier and easier to dream bigger and call it in and hold it. Okay, great. Understand that our body needs to feel safe. We got to be regulated to help you call in more money. Second point is that you need to understand that it's your birthright to be rich. It's your birthright to be abundant and to make a lot of money doing what you love, because money is just value. Right now in this society, we are using money as part of this game, the game of life. Money is a huge part. Money is just value. You are inherently valuable. You are here to receive what you want. You are here to receive value. You are part of God. That's what I believe. I know this is controversial sometimes, but I really do believe that you are part of God. I believe that we are all part of one infinite consciousness, one God, one source, one universe, and we are all experiencing life as a human, and God is experiencing this life through us. That means you are part of God. You are inherently worthy. Of course, it's your birthright to be rich. Of course, it's your birthright to be paid to do what you love and to be paid well, because this is another point that I wanted to make sure you understand. The world is going to continue going in a good direction and exponentially quicker the faster we have more good-hearted people having more money. Money is value, right? We can do things with money. We can change things with money. Money is energy. So as more good-hearted, spiritual people have more money, that's how we change the world. We can help our communities. We can help our families. We can help causes that we care about. It is not bad. It's not evil to be rich. Money is just an amplifier. It amplifies who you really are. So we need good-hearted people to be amplified. Point number 3 is that there are infinite versions of reality. This is very, very helpful to understand. There's infinite versions of reality. So, of course, there's a version where you are making a lot of money. Maybe right now you're tuned into the version where you're not making a lot of money, but there is a version where you are making a lot of money. There's a version where you are making $100,000 a month, multiple six figures, whatever success and a lot of money feels like for you, whatever's on your heart. There is a version where that's happening. All we have to do is change internally so we match our frequency with that version, because what version of reality you are on right now, what your reality looks like, is coming from, it's determined by your internal state, your internal frequency. Our internal frequency is made up of our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our emotions, and our nervous system state, really. So as you're changing your beliefs, starting to believe, actually, I am worthy, this is possible for me, money is good. As you're changing your beliefs and your thoughts, you're going to be naturally raising your vibration, naturally aligning with that version of you. And as you're letting yourself feel your feelings and feel the feelings of abundance and feel the feelings of how would it feel if you're living in your dream life, if you are abundant, if you are wealthy, how would you feel? Because we can feel any feelings at any time. You would not have the desire to be wealthy. You would not have the desire to make an impact if there wasn't another version of you already living that life, if that wasn't possible for you. So understand, it's not one thing or another. It's not like, oh, this is the only way this is going to happen. There's infinite versions. So as you let yourself imagine it and feel it, you're naturally tuning to that version. Point number 4, crazy realization number 4, is that you should be your own biggest cheerleader. This is something that I talk about a lot because I really believe that your self-talk determines so much of your reality. The world treats you like you treat you. So starting to be really nice to yourself, starting to hype yourself up, being your own biggest cheerleader is what I tell my clients. No longer making self-deprecating jokes, no longer being mean to yourself, no longer joking negatively about yourself, no longer claiming that you're just bad with money or that you're an overthinker. Start being so nice to yourself. And it might feel weird at first. It might feel like you're gaslighting yourself at first, but you can gaslight yourself into believing something new. A belief is just a thought that we think over and over and over again. So say your affirmations, do your mirror work, start observing how you are speaking to yourself and redirect. Anytime you are noticing that you're being mean to yourself, say your affirmations 5 times, redirect, start telling yourself and giving yourself and pouring love into yourself, because people echo back to you what you whisper within yourself. The world is always conforming to what you are saying, that chatter inside of your mind. So start hyping yourself up. It might feel weird at first, but eventually you're going to get used to it. For me, I am so nice to myself. Anytime I look in the mirror these days, I literally am like looking and I'm just like, wow. Like I really did that. Like I'm so beautiful. I'm so smart. I'm so amazing. That's my internal dialogue. And that's what is reflected back to me in my life, especially with people and relationships. So be your own biggest cheerleader, hype yourself up, and no longer being critical of yourself. And the last point, the last crazy realization that'll help you make more money and live your dream life, is understanding that if it's happening, it's helping. Okay? Really take that in and write that down somewhere. If it's happening, it's helping. Starting to change your perspective on everything in your reality and consciously deciding that everything that is happening in your life is happening for you. It's helping you reach your goals, even if you are rejected or you have to pivot or something happens, you're late, you lose something goes wrong. Start assuming that it's happening for you, because it is. It really genuinely is. And that our perspective is everything in this life. So as you change your perspective, you are going to change your reality. Something that I believe it's Wayne Dyer who talks about it. Maybe it's Bashar. He talks about how our reactions to things are more important than the situation itself. Your reaction to a situation, maybe a client says no, or you pitch something and it doesn't go very well. Your reaction to that situation is almost more important, or arguably more important than the situation itself. If that bad thing, unfavorable, because it's not bad, if that unfavorable thing happens and you spiral and freak out, you are just putting your vibration in a lower frequency, right? You're lowering your frequency rather than assuming that everything is happening for you, and changing your perspective and realizing that if someone says no, maybe that's opening up a spot for a more aligned client. If you don't get a certain job, maybe that's because that job was actually going to be horrible and your next job opportunity is going to be your dream job. A perfect example of this is when I was living in Dallas a couple years ago. I was fired from my job. And that was the best case scenario ever because I guess whatever, maybe I was laid off. I guess I don't really know, but I got a severance package. Okay. It was amazing. And then I ended up being able to interview and find the perfect job that got me to Los Angeles. So even in that moment, I was a little bit sad and shocked, but realizing back, and that's the thing too, if you always look back at situations where you thought it was bad, you can always look back and realize, oh, that did need to happen. That actually needed to happen for me to get to where I am today. So start assuming everything is happening for you. It's going to help you change your perspective. It's going to help you raise your vibration. It's going to help you actually align with that version of you making a lot of money and not be disappointed or thrown off or ruminate on things that actually the universe really is putting in your life to help you reach your goals. Making a lot of money is something I'm very passionate about. I love helping women and people step into that and realizing that really is how we are going to change the world, when more good-hearted people are having more of the resources so we can help our communities and help people in need. So really understanding it's not greedy. You deserve to make a lot of money. It is good for you to make a lot of money and to ask for more and to dream bigger and realize there are no limits to what we can receive in this life. The only limits that exist are the limits inside of your own mind. So if you let yourself dream big, if you expand your mind, you are aligning with that version of reality because there's infinite versions of reality, right? And if you are a spiritual girly, an entrepreneur who is ready to make more money, live a life of freedom, I actually have a mini masterclass that you can grab, a free training that teaches you how you can actually identify what has been holding you back, how you can reprogram that and step into the life that you know you are meant for, how you can make more money doing what you love. So grab my free training. I will put it in the show notes below. And please let me know if you're here to the end. Let me know what your favorite part in the video was, or something that you learned, or anything that you would like me to make content about. Would love to hear that in the comments. Thank you all so much. I super appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon.